Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to our team training. We are entering into the last week of one of the most exciting months we've had. And so my name is Jen Laurie, and I'm super excited to lead alongside Benny tonight to give you guys some insight and inspiration and some tips on how to keep running to the finish line, never giving up, because there is so much that can be done at the end of a month. And we have so much of that month. And sometimes we get to this point of the month, we're not quite at our finish line yet that we set at the beginning of the month. And sometimes we start kind of falling back, losing hope a little bit. And so I want to encourage you guys to know that you're still on track. You're still on track to grow. And that's the key thing, is the only way you stop growing is if you put your brakes on. And so I'm going to share a little bit about myself. So I'm known to be a really positive person. I can put a positive spin on anything. If you know me, you know that you're not going to see negativity come out of me. And though I want you to know that that wasn't always the case for me, and I do still have normal human moments too, by the way, but I'm able to snap out of it quite quickly now because I've trained and taught myself to see the silver lining, so to speak. Because when I grew up, I was probably, you guys wouldn't even recognize me. I was probably the most negative person on the planet. And so this is something that I had to grow and develop and really train my brain to always see the light, always see the silver lining. And so when we look at the month and we're like, oh my gosh, it's already the 3rd of the month and I'm not where I want to be. What do I do? And is it too late? Am I not going to, first of all, failure's never an option in my mind, first of all, right? Progress is the only option. And so take failure out as an option and you will take so much more action. Because when we start talking about failure into our mind, we stop taking action. And so it's so important to see that there's still like 25% left of the month. That's a huge percentage. And we know, so those of us who have been in business a little bit longer, especially this business and any business, by the way, it doesn't matter if it's this industry or retail in general, the most action comes out of the last week of the month. I don't know what it is, but it's just the way it is. And so we're trying to get better at that and stay more consistent. But for some reason, as humans, we like to procrastinate and then run to the finish line. And so it's like, once we get pressure, it's like, oh my gosh, now I'm going to do everything that I plan to do in the whole month at the last week. So know that it's never too late to hit a massive goal. We are in massive momentum. Taking action is key. And again, 25% left of the month. That's huge. That's huge. So what are we doing? We're following up. I'm going to let Benny share some tips on like how to follow up, who to follow up with. And if you haven't gone live yet this month with someone, do a live. They're so fun and it takes the pressure off when you're not the only one on the screen. So ask someone to go live with you. I see Joanne nodding her head. She knows it. So ask someone to go live with you and then do it again. Don't just do it once. Do it over and over. Do it every day if you want. Have new conversations. Invite people to share testimonials on, like, it doesn't have to be someone training on a product and like doing a whole big thing. It can just be, you hear a great testimony, ask them to come share with you. Come share with the world. Come do a live 5 minutes. Share your story on my news feed, because I think there's going to be people in my audience who are going to relate and be helped by hearing your story, right? So asking people to come and help you do a live and share that story. So sharing stories, connecting with new people, helping people get started If you've got team members, help them hit Jade this month. Help everyone on your team hit Jade this month. There's a big bonus if they haven't hit Jade yet, right? And if they have hit Jade in the past, help them get to the next level, right? So this is such a beautiful business because we literally grow by helping others grow. And if you don't have anyone yet, go find someone who wants to grow with you, right? Because there are so many people out there looking for what we have. They just haven't met you yet, or they haven't seen this yet. And so it's just a matter of talking to more people. Now, I want to just turn it over to Benny for a minute, just for those of you who don't know Benny. Benny is, she's an emerald leader, running to diamond. Guys, you think getting to jade or pearl or ruby? Wow, Benny's running for diamond right now. Everybody, let's just do a little cheer for Benny, because Benny's running for diamond right now. And that's super exciting. But do you think she'll get there if she stops right now? Because she's like still quite far away. She'll never get there if she stops. But what happens if she runs all the way till midnight on the 31st? Even if you don't hit diamond, think how strong your business will be the next month. Same goes to the level of you're running for, say, pearl. What if you don't hit pearl? What if you're a really strong opal ready to just hit the next level, right? It's all about building that strength and building that strong foundation. Katie says she's running for ruby. Yes, don't stop, because even if you don't make it, you know the saying, right? Reach for the stars, or what is it? Reach for the moon and land amongst the stars, or something like that. Right? You can still grow, and growth is key, right? Benny, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you share some tips on following up and checking in with people and how to continue the momentum.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jen. Okay. For those of you who don't know Jen, she has actually been one of my mentors for years. And I think that's where it starts, is having a really big dream. So I met Jen at a conference. I was a brand new leader in a previous company that we were with, and I was inspired. Does anybody, see somebody hit diamond or black diamond and think, wow, what if I could do that? And that is where it starts. And I did think, I was like, well, what if I could do that? And for me, that was about 9 years ago. And that's what I love about this industry. You don't need a special degree or special training. My background is working with children. And my context has always been that this is my paid internship, so that I am always learning and always growing. So really the only difference between, emerald and diamond, or whichever rank you're going for, is there's just a gap. There's just a gap and some things that you need to learn along the way. So first of all, I want to hear in the comments, what are you running for? Because one of the things that I've learned in this industry is you're never comfortable at your rank until you've hit the next rank. So just a little backstory. I came into this business in December running, and I haven't stopped. I've paused a few times, but back in May, I hit emerald once, and then I was qualifying at a sapphire level. And as Jen said, I didn't stop moving forward. There was a month end, I believe it was July, and I was this close to hitting my goal. And I have to tell you, I think my son might be at the door. I have to tell you that I called my partner like every 5 minutes, and I wanted to quit. Sorry, this is my kiddo, real life. And I kept going. So one of the things that I always say is, Business is like throwing spaghetti at the wall. Have you ever thrown a piece of cooked spaghetti and sometimes it sticks and sometimes it doesn't? So you just keep trying new things. So I'm going to give you guys some like on the court actual things that I like to do. So number one is go live. So Trent and I went out for dinner last night. We came home and we did a live because you guys, we went and took our Transform and we couldn't finish the food at dinner, which isn't normally like us. So we came home and we did a live about it. I signed up one person from that live. So that was one action that I took. Jen gave another one. Go live with someone else. Share someone else's story, because sometimes people get sick of hearing your story. And the other one that I have is follow up. I mean, I know you guys have heard this, but you can never hear it too many times. Fortune is in the follow up. Things change for people, right? So circumstances change for people. This new product could be the product someone is looking for. Maybe the time in their life has changed. Maybe they're now ready to, hear the information. So I've always heard the statistic, it takes about 7 or 8 times for someone to be a yes, and you don't know what that yes will look like. So that is another one. And then, inviting them to overviews, 3-way calls. If you are not somebody who is a master at closing, reach out to one of your uplines to help you with that. We still have people coming in. I love this. And you just keep going and taking actions. So, doing posts about your own testimonies, about other people's testimonies, and don't forget to put life in between there as well. So I'm going to do a little diagram of something that I really like. So as I said, I used to work with kids. I mean, I still am a mom, so I'm always with kids. But does everybody heard of your growth zone? So there's only one way to expand that growth zone. Okay, so we all have our comfort zone, and our comfort zone might look like this. So a comfort zone could look like, sitting on the couch watching TV. For some people, it might be cooking or playing baseball or hockey, not my comfort zone. Then we have our growth zone that's outside of here. So something that I hear sometimes from people there are things that make them uncomfortable. So I want you to throw in the comments, what are some things that kind of make you uncomfortable? Maybe going live, maybe picking up the phone, maybe reaching out to people. What are some of those things? So for me, I'm going to tell you that my comfort zone is usually like texting or messaging people. But the one way that I expand into my growth zone is stepping outside that comfort zone. So when I first started with Tranont, overviews were not something I was comfortable with. Going live with people wasn't something I was comfortable with. And the only way I got over it was to practice and to have that mindset of, okay, the only way I'm going to get better is to practice. So over time, this is going to expand and your growth zone is going to keep growing bigger and bigger. And your comfort zone is also going to keep expanding. So something like jumping on and doing a team training on a Monday night at 6:00, 6 months ago would have been far outside of my comfort zone. So I am going to ask everyone to throw in the comments, what are 3 actions you could take between now and Friday to help move the needle towards your goal? And this is what I love about team is you might hear something in the comments that's different for you. And you don't have to be fearless. You just have to not let it stop you. So almost every single person I'm doing a launch or a live with this week has told me, just so you know, this is not something that I'm comfortable doing usually. And I'm like, awesome. This is perfect. This is the perfect way to be. And in my experience, most people would rather be with someone who's real and authentic than perfect. And the last thing that I just want to share with everyone is sometimes the actions you're taking, you might see the results in a week, but you also might see them in 3 months from now, and you just keep going. So I'm just going to give you guys like what it can look like So a year ago, my life did not look like it did now. I was taking the Ternant products, but I was not working the business. I saw people being successful in Ternant, and I had that thought. And the thought was, could I do that? And it took something to really lean in and go for it, because we don't want to always, we don't always want to take those chances, but if we don't take those chances, we'll always wonder what if. So a year from today, I'm now an Emerald. My paycheck is 4 times what it was a year ago. 4 times. I don't know another industry that you can be in that your paycheck can be 4 times higher than it was a year ago. And what that's made a difference in my life and the people on my team's lives it's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. Okay, I want to see what these comments said, see if we have some ideas. All right. 3-way calls, follow up, create reels, initiate more communication, going live to talk about your experience. Absolutely. Okay, a few tips. I'm going to give you guys one of my on the court favorite tips for lives. So when I'm doing a live, I love to drop one word, and I like to ask people to drop one word in the comments. So if I was talking about transform and I was at a restaurant last night and I would say, oh, this converts sugar to fiber. If you're curious and you like about this product, put curious in the comments. And then I'll keep talking about the products. And then I'll say something about, how it converts 50 to 90% of your glucose metabolism. And then I'll say, if you want more information, if you're someone who loves the information, put information in the comments. And then I'll say, I'm running a promotion this month. If you're interested in the promo, put promo in the comments, because people don't have to sit there typing out like, what does this do? You just drop words in the comments. If you're looking for some extra income in your life, put biz in the comments. So that's one of the tricks that I like to do, because it makes my follow-up easier. Because if Jen put info, then I know that I'm going to send, and I'm going to message her and say, hey, Jen, here's the website, lots of great information. Here's an overview, or here's, a video of our Dr. Tom talking more about the transform. But if somebody put that they're interested in the business, then you can cater your follow-up. So that's one of the things, if you guys are going live, you can kind of cater that. Jen, do you have any other on the court tips for people?
Well, I was just reading through some more of the
Awesome.
comments on the chat, and Jill shared going live every day. Sure, that sounds real fun. Guess what? The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to grow and get better and better and more confident with them too. And then you're going to create more engagement. I loved her number 2 also, attending Zooms and inviting others. So we have these phenomenal presentations happening this week, some super powerful presentations happening. And not only should you be inviting people to them, but yes, attend them yourself, because you learn and grow every time you watch. But not only that, we also, when we watch, because I always think of this saying of sometimes the meeting needs you and sometimes you need the meeting. You never know what that's going to be. And maybe you end up being super inspired and motivated after watching it, or maybe you're going to have something to share. Maybe you're going to hear a story and think of someone who needs to hear that story. I think it's so important to attend the Zooms, whether you have people or not. But if you're going to watch it, why not invite people to watch it with you? And then her third one there was offer associate first. Yes, start at the top of the mountain. The best thing we have to offer is to be an associate. That is the best part. Building a team is fun, and we get to invite people to be part of our community. We know our community is super special and supportive, and there's so much to offer when someone becomes an associate. So why would we not start there? because they can become an associate and start earning income and changing people's lives around them too, right? Like, why would we want to take that away? So I just wanted to share Jill's tips there because I think they are so phenomenal, but I see more have been popping up here. Being more vulnerable on social media. Absolutely. You will see engagement of your followers go up tenfold when you are genuine, honest, vulnerable, and just really, really are able to share through the fear. I know it's scary, but sharing through the fear of it, because at the end of the day, we are not alone. We're not the only one experiencing or feeling the things that we're going through. There's always someone else, and you're going to help someone else by sharing that story in a vulnerable way. So I think that that's also very, very important. Oh, Hannah says she's cried on the live. Oh man, yes. Yes. Man, I got a lot of responses when I choked up on one of my lives because I started talking about my son, and I was like, I didn't even expect it to happen. But it was really powerful. And I got a lot of responses of other moms who knew exactly what I was feeling and talking about in that moment. And it felt really good afterwards, because I knew that I had that by me doing that, it is going to potentially change someone else's life. And so I knew that it just felt good to know that, like, my little bit of pain that I had to go through to like do that really, really is going to make a difference in someone else's life. Oh my gosh, there's just so many things, so many action steps that you can take. And for those of you who said that you're like one of your like things that is uncomfortable is talking to people, pretend they're your best friend every time you talk to someone. If you treat everyone as if they're your best friend, it will be the most wonderful experience every time. Just be kind, treat people like people. Don't make it weird. Have their, be of service. Remember that you've got an amazing gift to offer, but it's important to listen and ask lots of questions to be able to know what gift that you're offering them is going to make the biggest difference for them. So be a good listener, be a good friend, and just treat everyone like they're your best friend. Your world gets really fun when you treat everyone like your best friend, because you start getting more best friends. It's so fun.
And you guys, there are 72 of you on this call. That means there's 72 people that are working your business till month end, and we are all here as a team. So you can pick someone, whether they're a sideline, whether they're your leader, and reach out to them. And I challenge you to reach out to I'm actually in a leadership program right now, and I have to talk to my buddy in that program every single day and share. So pick someone on your team and challenge each other to take 3 actions every single day and keep each other accountable. So whether you're doing a live, a launch, inviting to overviews, posting, going live, my magic formula when I'm launching someone or relaunching myself is live, Zoom overview, in person. Live, in person, and an overview. So I like to do it in that order, live and then post, and then take those warm leads, invite them to an overview, and then have an in-person event. You guys, we have tons of time on the weekend. Have a turn on social, have a turn on info session. You can have some snacks, invite people over. And because maybe in person is your jam. I know for myself, I love connecting with people. And when it can be face to face and belly to belly, it can be really incredible. I'm so excited for all of you on here. As Jen said, this is such an incredible month to be taking actions in your business. So let's do it now in the comments. Which 3 actions are you going to take? It can be tonight or tomorrow. And let's all have an incredible, incredible evening and next day. Any last words for you, Jen?
I just want to just check in and just see if there's any quick questions that we can answer. We do just have a few more minutes. So if someone had any questions, I'd be happy to just hang out for a couple more minutes and answer any questions that anyone has.
I love the comments. Follow up, post, live tomorrow.
All right. Well, we're so excited because we've got so many promotions that are going to happen this week. You just watch. We might break Facebook. I don't know, because we're going to keep it very, very busy. Let's just, it's going to be so fun. And I can't wait to just celebrate everyone.
We had one question. Is it best to have a separate Facebook page? I think everything comes down to whatever works for you, but that the majority of people, we just are posting on our personal profiles.
I think if you are following the trainings, the social media trainings that have been put in place for us here at Trinot, I don't think you need a separate Facebook page, because I don't think it is beneficial to post flyers and stuff like that anyway. So we share stories. Stories belong on a news feed. We share testimonies. We share info. We share about our lives. We get vulnerable. We get real. It snowed here today, guys. You better believe I posted about the snow. And, just being real on your social media is going to attract so many more conversations than trying to have like a marketing page, because nobody follows those anyways.
Absolutely. Great question. And if you guys do have a goal, if you're visual, like put it places and do your visualization. So when I was having that month end, I would visualize every night, because as Jen said, it's as easy to picture something not going well as it is for it to go well. So picture your inbox being flooded with messages. Picture people reaching out to you. I know it might sound crazy, but one of my favorite things to do before I go to bed is I lie there and I picture raindrops of abundance coming down from the sky on me, and things start flowing. So when you need to drive, picture those messages coming in while you're driving, because your mindset needs to be strong. If you are running for something, and it's not if, but when you hit obstacles, you will need that mindset strong. So thank you for tuning in, everyone. We are cheering you on, and thanks for tuning in tonight.
Bye, everyone.